Hey Cacher, Derek here, Baker 6 Clan. Today we're going to continue our interactive viewer build, and we're going to move on to the next process that I use when I'm building a gadget or creative cache. Let's get started. So welcome to part 2 of my process of trying to figure out a gadget or a creative cache build. And I really do appreciate all the interaction all of you have given me with the selections and the comments about what the material of the container should be. And it was a really close decision on this one from all of you. But one thing is for sure, you want to see a birdhouse. So that was really great. So we're going to be doing a birdhouse style gadget or creative cache, and the material. Now this is where it was really close. I mean, you may want to recount, but it came down to maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3 votes to which way it was going to go. But it looks like the decision was PVC board. And PVC board is really great. Now I have a way that I think we might be able to take this PVC board and make it wider, and it will work really cool. So when we get to that aspect of it, we'll try that out. But part 2 of my process of trying to figure out how I want to do a gadget or creative cache. Well, really part 1 and 2 sometimes can be interchanged, because sometimes I figure out one aspect of it before I figure out the other. And part 2 that we're going to be going through today is what type of mechanism or puzzle or electronic it will get you into the actual logbook. So part 2 is trying to figure out what elements am I going to use to create to get into the logbook. And sometimes, like I said, sometimes I come up with this idea before I come up with a container. So these two can be interchanged pretty easily a lot of times. But we're going to break it down to really just 2 aspects to be able to get into this. Do we want a mechanical aspect to getting into this gadget cache or creative cache, or do we want an electronic aspect of it? And there's advantages and disadvantages to both, just like there is to anything. Both of them are going to be required maintenance at sometime. I mean, a gadget cache is going to require maintenance. There's no way around it. Either you're replacing batteries, or sometimes just the wear and tear of it. You need to go back and maintain those gadget caches, and it's very important. And I cannot stress that enough, to maintain your gadget caches. So let's go ahead and talk about the first one. Let's talk about a mechanical. So there's no electronics in this one at all. So let's go ahead and start with that. And it can be as simple as the cache release system, which we've gone through before. And this is the back of the puzzle one, or the maze one that I've done before. And no, I've never put this out in the field because I really have not been happy with the way it really works. But the concept is kind of there with the maze, but I just don't like the way it works. But it's real simple. As you run the bolt through the maze, it hits this latch and your logbook will actually drop out. So that's a real simple way of doing it. And there's different ways that you can do this. I mean, you've seen where we've done the pin into the birdhouse and it releases the latch. And we also have the version of where we use the marble and how to use the nails and run it up and drop it in to release the logbook as well. So there's many different ways that you can do that with that type of latch. Or it could be as simple as another way of using a gate latch. And we've done some of those as well. And all these, you'll be able to find some examples of all these in some of my previous videos. So if you want to go and look at those, go for it. So simple gate latch, that's another aspect that we could do as another type of mechanical way of being able to do this. And maybe we come up with a unique way of releasing that gate latch. So that's that. That's really easy. Those are some mechanical ideas that we might be able to do. Now another aspect, if we want to go ahead and move into the electrical aspect of it, do we want a keypad? Do we want to enter in a keypad and it opens the door somehow so we can get into it? Also, we could use, say, a reed switch to maybe fire off a electronic latch, so we can fire off the latch. Do we want one of these in there? These are different aspects that we want to think about when we're doing this gadget cache, and what will make it unique and to get that, that part that we really all like as builders is that favorite point. So do we want an electronic cabinet latch? Do we want a RFID card reader in there? Do we want a sound module, which we've done before? Do we want momentary switches? Do we want LEDs in there? I mean, these are all aspects that when we're putting this together, what do we want it to do? How do we want it to be unique? So this week, this is what I want you to vote on. I want you to vote on, are we going to be doing a mechanical style gadget cache, or are we going to be doing electronic gadget cache? And if we're doing electronic, I mean, there might be some aspects where we might be able to combine a little bit of both to it. Like maybe we could put a type of maze in there to fire off the latch or something like that. Maybe we can do that. But that's what I want you to decide this week. Do you want to do a mechanical or an electronic style gadget cache? And what's going to make it unique? So leave me a comment down below and let me know which one you want to do. And once again, on the community side of this page, I'm going to also put on the survey, and you guys can vote there as well, so let me know there. But next couple weeks, hey, we're going to be going out for doing some inspiration. I'm going to be actually not in my workshop the next couple weeks. I'm going to be in the field, and we're going to be going to see some really great gadget caches, and I cannot wait to see these. So next couple weeks, we're going to take apart from this a little bit of here, but we're going to be looking at some different types of inspiration from other builders. So I hope you enjoyed this. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know. But hey, don't go anywhere. Check out another one of these videos right over here for some inspiration and find the story behind the cache.